Okay, so we've got the newsletter template here opened up, and we're going to create the template. What I've done is I've given you on the desktop or on the pasteboard, you've got your logo here, you've got a little color block, you've got a color block down there on the second page, you've got a logo here that you can use. I'll go to my layers, you've got different layers that you can rename. So what I want you guys to do is recreate the image, the layout that I gave you as an example. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new layer. I'm going to call this, let's see, template. Okay, and I'm going to go to File, Place, if I can find it, and I'm going to find that you can use either or, newspaper template for edits. This one has basically callouts for it. You can use that one, or you can use this one here. Copy this, which doesn't have the callouts. Okay, so I'm just going to use this one. I'm going to open it. So the trick is that this is your reference. I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to go right up to the corner, and I'm just going to click. Pow, just like so. Okay, so here's the deal. One interesting thing right off the top is that see how you've got this awesome line going all the way around? That is a text wrap, and what's going to happen is that's going to push the text out of the way, so we won't be able to set any text. So first thing we have to do is go to, let's see, styles. You want to go to object styles and see how this says none. You want to double click on that. Actually just go down to basic text frame, basic graphics frame, then go to none. Okay, so you have to go through all, and now notice that's gone. Okay, so now everything you do won't have that awesome text wrap around it, and you'll thank me later. So anyway, we got that set up, so we're gonna kind of set this up. Now notice I can go in and I can have this selected, and I can go to my opacity, and I can dim this down. I have to select it first. Can bring it down, so then I can overlay stuff over top, right? Just so I can see what it looks like. So let's set this like this for now. I'm going to lock that. Okay, so first thing is my my logo here. Let's double click on this. We're going to call it logo. Okay, I'm going to move this into position. Okay, I got that set up, and I can turn this off and on to see where this is going. I probably want to bring this up above. So all I got to do is I'm going to go to my scale, S for scale, scale tool. I'm going to grab this little guy, I'm going to put it right over in the corner like so. That's my point of reference. Wherever I put this crosshair, it's going to scale to that point. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to click over here, hold the shift key, and drag out. Okay, and when you're doing this, it doesn't have to be exact, as long as it's close enough. Okay, so there you go. There's one piece done. Now, for the color block here, well, here's a nice little block of color. I'm going to go in here, I'm going to bring it up here, and I'm going to drag it down, drag it across. Okay, now here's the deal is that it's not bang on yet. I want to double check and see. If I go to transparency, I want to make sure my blending mode is set to multiply. That will give it the transparent look. I go okay, so this is my, let's see, we're going to call this top color. I don't care what you name these, just I'm going to bring this above here right now. Okay, so we got that set up. Now we have to set up the actual image itself. So we're going to go to, we'll use this layer, File, Place, and just so you know, it's File, Place, and we're going to go and get, there's your plane. And this guy here, a tip, don't place it. What I want you to do is kind of go in here and just kind of drag out a box roughly the size of, okay? Okay, and well, that's interesting. Why it would do that. So again, we have to go down here. See, notice you've got that text wrap on here. So I want to go to Styles, Object Styles, None. Okay, and that'll get rid of that text frame. Okay, so now what I would rather have you guys do is that basically make the text frame itself, so drag that down, Okay, so it kind of snaps there. So, and then you kind of bring that in there like so, and bring that in there like so. Okay, and if you want, you can turn off, you know, these guys too. You can turn everything off, so all you're left with this. So now I've got this, so I'm going to go into here. There's this guy, right? I'm going to bring this down, and then I'm going to just scale it up. Okay. So again, I'm going to go over here, and then I can go to my scale tool. That's going to scale it right there, and then you just hold the shift key and drag out. Okay. And you're just going to just keep dragging. See? And notice I'm scaling the image inside the frame. So that's, whoop, there we go. So then if I go in here and turn stuff on again, there's my template, pretty good. Okay, it's not bad. Looks like I have to rotate this a bit, so I'm going to go over here. There's my scale tool, there's my rotate tool right there. I'm going to set it, and now I'm just going to rotate it just a bit. There you go, it's pretty good, good enough. Again, it doesn't have to be exact, it just has to be kind of close. Okay. Okay, so now we got that set up. So we're going to name this plane. Okay, and now what we got to do, there's our footer down here. Kind of make this set up like so. So now what we got to do, I'm going to turn some of this stuff off. I'm going to turn the plane off. So now we got to do the text. Okay, now the text isn't going to be exact. The text itself, let's see, we'll make a new layer. We'll call this text. Okay, and so we're going to go to File, Place. I'm going to place the text. You know, flip side. There's cover text right there. Open that up. Make a text box. There it goes there. And again, see, notice how you have this awesome text drop. If I go into here, I want to go again to, where to go? Styles, object styles, none. Get rid of that. Okay. Okay, so we're going to take this, and what you want to do is basically just kind of select each piece, copy. Okay, I'm going to go in here and on my text layer, draw a new text box, and then paste. Okay, and if you see this little hashtag, don't worry about it. That's basically just telling you that the paragraph is done. Okay, so I've got this, and again, I got to go back here. I know there's a better way to do this, but honestly, the more you repeat stuff, none. I'm just going to leave this up here for now. Okay, so that's set up. Let's see, default. There we go. So actually, do this too. You want to go here and go to default frame style and default graphic frame style, none, and that should fix everything right off the bat. So there, we got that set up. So now we're going to go here, pick a font. I don't care what font, it doesn't matter to me. You can go here, character, you can pick it here, or you can go up and if I hit the type tool there, select that, and then I can go over here and also select it. So whatever, I don't care. Let's try this one on the flip side. I'm going to make it a bit bigger. Again, I can go in and make the point size a little bit bigger through here. Okay, click that off. Okay, so that's taken care of. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to, let's see, top color. No, we don't want that. We want top color. Let's see. Well, we want this here. So there's my color there. Okay, so I'm going to go to my text. Okay, I'm going to go to got my color selected here. I'm going to go to square, go to my text layer, and I'm going to draw a square. There you go. Now there's nothing there, right? So I got to go back to my swatches. There's all my swatches, and the yellow I believe is, so you could pick this one. You could pick, I think it's this one here. Okay, that guy. So now we got that set up. So you notice this has to come above. So, or this has to go below. So we'll select the text, and we can right click and go to arrange, bring to front. So that's front like this. Okay. You notice some fonts that you pick may not have different things. So the colons there, they're not there. So maybe we'll pick a different font. Geez, I don't know anything. Who cares? There we go. Good enough. Okay, so that's set up. I'm just kind of gonna move this over a bit. Kind of scooch this in, and then you want to how you want to group things. You're gonna select one image, and then you're gonna hold the Shift key and click on the other image. Okay, now you've got them both selected. Then you go under Object, Group. Okay. You can tell it's a group because instead of having a solid outline around the frames, you now get a dashed line. So you move this over here, boop, okay, and then you want to go to rotate, okay, kind of rotate it. You know, now the thing is, pay attention to what degrees you're rotating at. We'll say 8 degrees. You can tell because it's up here, 8 degrees. Okay, I'm gonna click off that, and we're gonna put it right there. Okay, that's okay. It's good enough. It doesn't have to be bang on. The reason why I want you guys to remember 8 degrees is because you have to rotate these guys the same. Okay, so here's what I'd suggest doing is basically take this, okay, and you're gonna let's see. Okay, actually we won't do that. So now we're gonna create these guys. So again, we're gonna go here. We're gonna make wrong layer. Okay, and then we're going to go, find camps, where to find them. I'm going to take that, I'm going to paste that in there. Okay, and what you can do if you want is you can select this to get the same font. Okay, and you can go to your eyedropper tool, and you can go right in here and click on the text box, and it won't work. Sometimes the eyedropper tool will pick up the actual font, but if you've copied and pasted it from somewhere else, or it's been basically, it's not a font that is a true font like this one, it will not work. So I'm gonna go in here and select the font, find out what we did. Bangla is 24 points. Okay, so I'm gonna go in here, select all that. Bangla 24. Okay, and then if you see any weird stuff, again, fonts are strange. Okay, so we're going to take this. Good. Okay, so we got this here. Let's copy and paste this. Okay, so I'll show you. I'm going to basically copy, go over here, paste. All right, and we're going to go to ungroup it. Okay, so now we got both of these guys. So we'll get rid of that, delete it. I'm going to take this guy, okay, and we're going to rotate it 8 degrees. And we're going to line this up. I'm going to stretch this out, okay. And then if you want to make this a break, you go to your text tool and you go right over where this hyphen is and you do a soft return, which is shift return. Okay, we got that there. Awesome. Okay, now you can go in here, okay, select both of them, and then group, right click group, or you can go over here under object, group, okay, and then you can take this, move this over here. It's okay if it goes off the page. Okay, now here's the cool part. I'm going to take this, and I'm going to right click, copy, and then I'm going to right click, paste in place. It's going to make an exact duplicate, and then I hold the shift key and I drag it down. Right? So I basically copied something, pasted it directly on top of the original, and then I'm going to select the top one and drag it down. It's just faster that way. So now what we do is we can take this guy, we can ungroup, okay? All right, and now we can go over here, a place to relax and more. Awesome. Select that, right click, copy. One here, right click, paste. Okay, now again, you have to go in and delete some weird stuff that's happening here. Okay, and then we're going to select all that, we're going to whatever font you choose, and I believe it was like 24 points. Okay, and again, you want to kind of relax. Let's see, I'm going to delete that and do a soft return, which is shift return and more. There you go. Okay, so, and then you can select that one, and then click on the next part and go over here to object and regroup it, just so it's easier. So now you got all this stuff, right? So now all you got to do is we got to do the www.thunderbay.com.ca. Well, that's easy, right? There you go. I provided that. So you can text box, select it, copy, go over here. You want to make sure you're on the right layer, the text layer, and then select the new thing, and then paste. Okay. Again, you want to have the same font. Do 24, and you can center it, which is easier. So you want to go over here, align center, so it centers it. Okay. Take this guy. You can bring it right over here. You can move this text box up, and if you want to get something in the center of the page, see this awesome stuff right here. This centers objects. You want to go and make sure this is aligned to page, and then you have that selected. So watch, I'll move this over here, then I'm going to go over here and watch this down there, click on that, and it centers it to the page itself. Okay, so if I hit W, there you go. Okay, so if I turn on the plane, plane's like that. If I turn off the template layer, there's my new recreated one. So we got two minor things to do. We got to change this stuff to white. So if I actually go in here and I select that group, if I double click, I can go into that group and I can select this. I'm going to go to my type and I can just switch that back to white. So I go over this one, double click in, I go to my type, I can scooch that back there as well. Okay, and that's it, we're done. You can do the next page right after this one.